tell you today that I am a believer in something, that's the definition of belief means that you have essentially seeped your psyche, your thought, your action in a particular idea, and that you take that belief and you speak it to people and would assume that you practice it. Is it not a monumental, shouldn't it be monumental if you then decide to shift? And what does then that do to the people who gave you, because a vote is not just a thing on a piece of paper, they gave you
a mandate,
opportunity with their sovereignty, the sovereignty that they have, they gave it to you based on that belief. So when you arise like a phoenix from the ashes and then you tell us that actually, you know what, I've moved away from this, where you can change your mind, that's allowed. Does it do anything then to that hope or belief that people have put in you if you move?
Interestingly, as a people, as a nation, I think we really need to look into our constitution. What does our constitution say about social multi-party practice? The constitution gives every citizen a right, freedom to associate, freedom to move, freedom to socialize, freedom of speech, and you know that also gives a leeway for politicians. Interestingly, again, we need to look at what does the Political Parties Act says about the time frame when elective political players are supposed to move from political party X to Y and also to independent. And it's every citizen's, every political player's right, as long as they play within the law. But naturally, it is important that we take serious the elective communities. That when I'm given a mandate as a representative of the people, and in this case, there's one thing that it is important we need to look into as political players. Number one, consistency is a serious currency that in leadership and governance. If you believed in UDA and UDA's manifesto as a contract of 5 years, there is a movement like you mentioned. Why is Mount Kenya majority of political players moving out of UDA to DCP? How I pray that we do an amendment, because I think that was too early. Because what is it? Because the Jubilee administration, the Kenya Kwanza administration, has a contract of 5 years. The membership of the Mount Kenya were still are serving as UDA members because they also equally have a contract. I only pray that they would be brave enough, political players would be brave enough like Raila Odinga did in 1994 when he resigned from Ford Kenya and, seeked fresh mandate from the Kibra, the Langata constituents, or on a new political party. I would pray that we get brave men and women in the modern political players who can, seek for fresh mandate of their communities. Other than, you're a member of UDA, elected on UDA, but you are serving a new outfit, yet contractually and constitutionally, you have a contract.
Would it be fair?
Yes.
Would it be fair for one to challenge that when we say that even during the Jubilee administration, Deputy President, now President William Ruto, was Jubilee elected president, but had formed a political party called UDA and was pushing agenda of a different political party at the time? Would it then be right then to say that the bad example that we see today was set by the number one in office?
We've had a precedent.
This is something that has been happening not only with William Ruto. This is something that it is a bad culture with our political players. We need. I pray that when my friend here and myself get elected in the next coming parliament, we need to do an amendment on the political party acts and actually give the constituents, people who elect political